Guys, today I would like to take you on a trip when I've been last week. It was SS Great Britain. That is huge passenger ship built in 19th century by the guy whose name is the weird I have heard. Isambard Kingdom Bruno. I'm not even sure that Kingdom is his second name or that's his surname. But anyway, guy was absolutely brilliant because in the heart of Industrial Revolution, this guy was dreaming about crossing the ocean. In that time, that was absolutely revolutionary because so far they had just only wooden ship, but the guy got so much big imagination that he decided to build one of the, actually that was the biggest ship in the world. So there was a passenger ship. It was taking, people, immigrants who were dreaming about better life. That was the gold rush, and they were traveling from Bristol, Atlantic Ocean, to Melbourne, Australia. And I was so fascinated that story that I decided to go and have a look at that ship. And obviously I went to Brunel Institute when you can, for example, familiar with the letters, because there was a lot of people who wrote letters, and day by day they described that how that trip was looks like, and that was incredible. Like, there was no privacy, no comfort, just only water outside. So the ticket price was really expensive. For example, first class had to pay £1,000, which is equivalent right now about 10,000 pounds actually. And for the third class people, the price was about 100 pounds, which is about 1,000 to 3,000 pounds per person. So, but even in that price, obviously the condition of the cabins was really difficult. It was really tight. There was all the time threat of disease. People from third class couldn't go outside, and just, breathe fresh air. And the most incredible is that the trip lasted 2 and 2.5 months. So when I think about our perception of trip length, how it has changed over the years, it's incredible because I have next my other trip, and I was like, oh my God, how I'll be traveling almost 16 hours. I have to get from Bristol to Amsterdam, from Amsterdam to Lima, and then go to Cusco, and I think about 16 hours. But I feel ashamed when I think, how people in the past were traveling 2.5 months, or for example, Darwin, who was traveling to Island Galapagos 5 years because, that was like very basic ship trip. And yeah, and then I feel like a little bit confused, like we don't even appreciate how easy transport we've got right now, because these people, for us it's just a journey. Like, we think about the trip as a journey, but for them there was like, one-way ticket and big unknown what happened.
426 days after. My head spins. I got confused. The loneliness. It's time. The road becomes endless.
But SS Great Britain were sailing, 17 years before Titanic, and during these 20, 30 years transporting passengers to Australia, um, he had about 30 trips with no accident. There was like minor accident with navigation, but actually the ship still exists and still is in very good shape.
Oh, I see. Forgive me.
I just trying to persuade you to go if you are in Bristol and you've got such opportunity to go and have a look, and just immerse yourself into that, vibe because it's absolutely incredible. So when you step inside, you are not actually in 21st century anymore. The floor cracks under your feet, someone cough, babies crying, this all, sounds surround you, they just occupy you when you're doing, when you're going through the corridors and when you enter into the cabin and you see, how the life was looks like.
But, Mr. Brunel, not here? Expected imminently. A busy man, gentlemen. Indeed. Busy keeping experiment upon experiment. Is Great Britain a lumbersome vessel some, 6 times larger than any iron paddle steamer, and now suddenly wishes to abandon her paddle wheels in favour of this screw propeller speculation? Not suddenly. We've been experimenting for months and wasting company time.
So you can just imagine the fear of the passengers, this constantly threat of disease. Part of me love it and part of me want to escape before I will catch a Victorian flu. So I didn't expect that ships make me that feel, that things. When you walk through these cabins and you feel this smell, you hear that sounds and voices crying, it just hits you,